Professional sounding wireless audio for less than $100, but does it actually sound good? Not only am I going to review the Godox WEC Kit 2, but if you pay close enough attention to the details sprinkled throughout this entire video, you'll find a way to win one for yourself, free of charge, delivered straight to your door. No cheating with clues in the comments, because that'll get you an instant disqualification, and the winner will be selected on the last day of March, so make sure you hit that bell if you want to get notified, you know, just in case it's you and you want to win one of these. Past month, I've put this microphone to the test in a personal and professional workflow, and I'll give you the rundown and how it performed on all of those scenarios. All right, here we are out in the woods testing the Godox WEC microphone with the Insta360 ONE RS 1-inch 360 edition. It's windy out here. I'm stepping on lots of leaves. Got the dead cat on to preserve the audio as much as possible, and believe it or not, this is my second time doing this, because the first time I did not check my audio levels and I was totally blown out. All the audio you've heard so far and the rest of the audio in today's episode have all been recorded with the WEC mic right here on me, so I'll leave it up to you to judge the quality of the audio it produces. What's the deal, everyone? Welcome back to the studio. I'm Jeremy Deal, and if you're new here, I talk about being a full-time creative with a focus on running a real estate visual marketing company and the gear it takes to do that. Godox sent me out their new wireless mic system to test, and I liked it so much I asked for a second pair for this video's giveaway sponsor. I've put mine through the ringer, and I've used it with a bunch of different cameras, and I've not had a single issue with any of them. I'm not noticing any extra tinning that can happen with cheaper mics I've tested before. It gives a steady signal with no shorts or cutting out. As you can tell, another issue I've had with cheaper mics in the past. Just like most of these other wireless mic systems, the WEC runs on a 2.4 gigahertz frequency and will theoretically get 200 meters or a little over 650 feet. I'm just gonna walk this way and I will talk to Sharon behind the camera. Thank you, Grip. If there was a mic on there, you could probably hear her say grip, but I'm walking far away and we're gonna see how good this goes. I got the drone controller. In just a moment, I'll go over all the physical aspects of the mic and the stuff that comes with it, but first let's jump into the field so you can check out how it works in the real world and not just here in my studio. All right, let's talk about the weight. First thing, this thing comes in at only 12 grams, which I love. Let's compare that to something like the Rode Wireless Pro, and those microphones come in at a 35 grams. That's more than double the weight of this. And that really matters when you're wearing lightweight clothing. All right, another thing I really like about these is the runtime. I mean, they last like 8 hours, and once you put them into the charging case, they still will charge up another 3 times. Oh, wait, hold on. Another thing I really like about these cameras is the fact that it's got that distance I brought up earlier, and I don't really have to be right next to the camera anymore. If you're like me and used to shooting with a traditional mic, you know how annoying that is. And having all this distance from the camera is pretty nice, just so you can get a little bit of distance and not be right on it. But one of the things I don't really like about this is that there's no option for a mic input. So you can't input your own lav when using these. You have to use the Godox mics directly on the receiver. So I guess that just, it is what it is, right? And since I just said something negative, let's move back on to something positive and talk about these dead cats and the mics themselves. So the dead cats, they're not magnetic, but they do just kind of slip right on, and they are super sturdy. You don't feel like they're gonna go anywhere. And right now I actually have the denoise feature kind of turned on. It's indicated by a little orange button, in case you're curious. And I think it's a little aggressive, but I'll let you be the judge of that one. Now, my only other actual gripe with this mic system, and if you haven't noticed it all video yet, you're definitely going to notice it now because I'm pointing it out, Godox. It's branded really big on both sides. And Godox, I love you as a company, but when I'm doing professional work and I'm trying to showcase someone else's message, that becomes a big problem for me and the client at hand. So I'm actually going to try and find a way to get this off of the clip side, and I'll be in touch for that on a short later on if I figure it out. Whoa, man. Good thing I have like Superman status editing skills to catch this down here, right? Now I'm gonna jump back into the studio so we can go over some more of the intricate details for those of you interested in a deeper dive on what this microphone has to offer. The mics themselves come on mono mode with the 2 green lights, but if you're going to use both mics together, you want to make sure to switch on over to stereo mode with the blue lights, or you'll have a real hard time back in the editing bay. Since I typically shoot with just the one mic, I like the mono feature, but just wanted to let you know that it does produce a stereo output with each microphone on a different track. I love that. Not only do the 2 mics and receiver live in a nice hard case that also serves as the charger, that lives inside of another case that holds all of the extra cables, the dead cats, and a few other small things you might want to throw in there. I absolutely love this because it's a case designed to fit extra things and accessories. And the charging cable, 2 different audio connection cables. One is a dual TRS, and the other one has a TRS on one side and a TRRS port on the other, both cords being of the 3.5 millimeter variety. You also get a very little cute clip-on dead cats for each of the microphones. When I first took the receiver out, oh yeah, it also gets a USB-C. But when I first took the receiver out, I thought it was weird. There was no hot shoe, or more accurately, a cold shoe connection on it. And that's when I looked at the manual and realized they are way smarter than me, because the clip here on the bottom is designed the perfect shape to slip into the temperatured shoe of choice with a perfectly snug fit. And it's extremely satisfying. Neither the transmitter nor the receiver have any recording capabilities built into it, since it's just the wireless microphone system, and I think that's one of the reasons why it's so light. So it can't be used as a standalone unit. It does require a camera, cell phone, or audio recorder, something to attach that 3.5 millimeter audio output that can capture the audio the WEC pushing through it. The WEC2 may have 2 microphones, but there's no built-in recording, and keep in mind it comes on that mono mode, so if you don't remember to switch out, they will both be on the same track. I made this mistake myself the first time I used both mics together, so that's why I bring this up twice in the same video, because it's important. Make sure to switch it to stereo mode with the blue lights to use both mics to record one on each track, or else they will both be on the same mono track. You don't want that, trust me. Overall, I think this mic system works great. It weighs nothing, it's super cheap, yet uber reliable, and that means you'll probably see these little Godox clips popping up a lot more often in my future videos. As always, keep rocking and rolling, enjoy what you're doing, make smart business decisions like using my affiliate links down below if you don't want to wait to win it. And I'll catch you next time. Ooh. Oh man. I can't even tell you how these things have changed up my regular everyday workflow. They are so light, even on this V-neck, they barely, look at that, look, they barely do anything on the V-neck. The Rhodes that I had before, they were so heavy, I had to wear like substantial clothing. Now, it missing that audio lav output, that's kind of a bummer. I really wish it had that audio output to run a regular lav for a more professional look, but overall, you cannot beat this for the price. Trust me, I have tried. Catch you next time, guys. Peace.